Hey, hey, hi, hello, everyone. Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. Hope you are doing well. And I wanted to pop in front of you guys really quickly and do a review for this new EP from Haru Nemuri, Lovetheism. As I said, this is a brand new EP from Japanese singer, rapper, songwriter, Haru Nemuri. I was first introduced to Haru's music back in 2018 through the Yume wo Miyo single, which kind of blew me away, and the album it was attached to as well, as it just read to me as being some of the best J-rock I've heard in a long time, with its unlikely fusions of hip-hop and J-pop and noise rock, as well as visceral performances. And now with this new EP, what we seem to be getting is a very creative series of afterthoughts that not only expand Haru's musical versatility, but also center around a pretty strong and clear theme of love. Though admittedly it's mostly the performances and the instrumental change-ups that are drawing me to this EP. The opening track Fanfare, which was also a teaser, features a wonderful, beautiful, gorgeous buildup of horns and strings, even choral vocals. It's some pretty impressive arranging, although I do wish the bass rock instrumentation fused with it in a more visceral way. It's all still enjoyably elaborate, and it is refreshing to hear Haru put her songwriting up against a different instrumental palette such as this. The tracks Pink Unicorn, as well as Trust Nothing But Love, see her moving back into a more straightforward J-rock direction, but with some very creative and somewhat left-field bits of rhythm and guitar. The speedy little bass line, as well as throat shredding screams on Trust Nothing But Love, are pretty exciting. And Pink Unicorn's gargantuan and lush wall of guitars and synthesizers sounds a lot fuller than many of the mixes that were on Haru's last album. The title track here, also a highlight for me, features some distorted, booming drums set to tight rap verses, some chilly cycling synth chords as well, and a wonderful mantra that the entire thing builds up to in its final moments. It definitely paints how much Haru continues to care about song structure in her music, because all these tracks are creatively phased. There are always finer details to take in, plus many of these tracks feel as if they are progressing in a linear fashion from beginning to end anyway, no matter what phase they are in. Certainly tracks, again, like this title track, where everything seems to be progressing to this very grand finale. The track Riot is another highlight, also a teaser to this EP, and certainly has one of the stickier and more angular choruses of the record, Ryota, Ryota, Ryota. But what also stands out about this track, and I made note of this in a weekly track roundup, is that Haru's verses on this song are easily some of her most hurried and manic yet, and that certainly makes it stand out. There is this awesome intensity in her as a performer that I feel like is only getting turned up at least a little bit on this EP, and I'm loving that. The only songs on this thing I really came away underwhelmed by were Apple Song, which I do admit does have a very lovely outro. The You Are My One and Only refrain toward the end of the song is very beautiful, but the track isn't as deep with contrast or as excitingly structured or progressed as many of the other songs here, though I guess it is understandable to have a somewhat low-key outro. And then there's the song Be Your Ocean, whose guitars and bass are kind of grating in a way, but on this 7-track EP, again, those were the only tracks that really stood out to me as being potential downers here. For the most part, enjoyed this EP a lot, and it just has me excited to hear what Haru is going to be doing into the future, because even on this small batch of tracks, I'm impressed with the level of effort and forethought, as well as instrumental creativity that went into all of these songs. So yeah, a lot to love about this EP. The instrumentation is pretty ambitious, the production is clear and crisp, the performances are visceral and exciting, a lot of the tunes are pretty sharp as well. Just add this EP to the list of reasons to continue following Haru's musical exploits into the future, I guess. I think I'm going to leave it at that. Make sure you let me know down in the comments what you thought of this EP, what you thought of this batch of tracks. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Why? What do you think I should review next? And yeah. That's going to be it. Over here next to my head is another video that you can check out. Hit that up, or the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, Haru Nemuri, Lovetheism, forever.